Hi, I'm Carla from Sagebrush Coffee, and today I'm here to tell you about the Fresh Roast SR700. One thing to know about this, just to start off, is that it actually is discontinued. So you can't get this model, but this model does the same thing as the SR540. The only difference is that this has a computer component. So you could plug this into your computer and manage the controls, the heat, temperature from your computer. But it also has a manual option. So today we're going to talk about the manual option since it's the same as the 540. There is a new one out, the SR800. I have not tried that one out, so I can't tell you the differences between the 540, 700, and 800. I just wanted to let you know that there is a new one out, and hopefully we'll be able to test that one out soon. So the first thing, I wanted to kind of take it apart and show you each part. Here is the chaff tray. You open it up, and all your chaff will be in here after you're done roasting. And then here you have your canister. And you do have to be careful with this because it is glass, and I learned the hard way that if you drop it, it will break. And that goes right in there. And then as well, this goes inside there, and it should be really firm when you start. The next thing I'm going to show you is the control panel. I'm not sure that that's what it's actually called, but that's what I like to call it. So here, you're going to use this panel to control your fan, your heat, and anything that you need while you're roasting. So you're going to use this arrow to go across each of these possible options that you have. You have first a fan, and this has a speed of 1 to 9. And I'll tell you in a little bit what I like to use. When you need to now pick your time, you're going to press the arrow and you're going to go up or down in time, whatever it is that you want to do. Your mode here is low, medium, or high heat. This USB setting is part of the SR700, so it really won't apply if you're using the 540, possibly the 800, depending on what that one looks like, I'm not sure. Once you've got all your settings of fan and timer, then you can go ahead and press the run button, and it'll go for as long as you need. Now, if you need to go back and increase time or decrease time, you can do that during your roast. Once the cycle is done, you'll see a C here, and that'll mean that it's cooling. So let the cooling cycle finish, and then your roast is done. Even though it's gone through its cooling cycle, I would still be careful because this is still gonna be pretty warm. And the glass gets pretty warm as well. So just something to be careful about. So what I liked for a darker roast, I liked about a fan speed of 5, and I liked a medium to high heat. I found that the low heat and high speed of the fan got my roast a little too light when the roast was done. I'd love to hear any fresh roast users out there what they liked. If you liked a high fan speed and a high heat or different combinations. That's how I troubleshooted through this roaster, is I just changed up the fan speed and changed up the heat and kind of figured out what I liked and what got me to the roast that I liked the most. So those are the tips that I have. I have not used this as much as I have the Baymore, so I don't feel like I know it as well, but I do feel like it was a lot easier in a lot of ways for small batches. It only does about a quarter of a pound of coffee, and when you fill it with your green coffee, don't go past this line right here because it does expand. And as always read your user guide to make sure you understand all of the safety features and the warnings that they may have. You really want to be careful with anything that gets really hot. I did not ignite coffee like I have on the Baymore, but I did burn some batches. So it is possible to burn your batches on this. So just watch out for the smell. You can tell when you've burned it because of the smell. I'm sure if you have roasted for a significant amount of time, you can tell when you've burned the coffee. But if you're new, just be careful. Make sure you don't walk away from it. You're watching the color. I also found that this one didn't smoke up the way that the Baymore does. So it was more by the smell of the roast and by the look, and obviously the timer. So be aware if you've got a higher heat, it's gonna roast faster, things like that. So just a few things to be aware of as you are roasting or experimenting with this roaster. I actually really liked it. I liked it because it was quicker, the smoke wasn't as bad, The only thing is I like doing bigger batches. So, you know, if I want to do a small batch, this is a great one, but if I want to do a bigger batch, the Baymore is a great one. If you found this information helpful, feel free to make a comment. And don't forget, if you want more content like this, go ahead and subscribe on our channel. We're gonna be testing out a lot of different roasters to give you kind of a wide range of reviews on which one we like the most for our home roasters. So thank you for watching.